A lever gun is hiding things, a stack of things most of its owners have never been told. Things the manufacturers would much rather you didn't think about. So here are 10 secrets about the lever-action rifle. And these aren't the basics you already know. By the time we hit number 1, you're going to see this gun completely differently. Number 10. Ejection design determines optic compatibility. Few questions come up more consistently in lever gun conversations than this one. Can I mount an optic? The answer depends entirely on how the rifle ejects spent brass. Top ejecting designs, the Winchester 1873 being the most celebrated example, send brass upward through the receiver. The path that brass travels is precisely where any conventional optic would need to sit. Side ejecting designs, by contrast, clear brass to the right, leaving the receiver top entirely free for a rail and whatever glass or red dot the shooter prefers. If optics are part of your plan, choose your platform accordingly. This design cannot be corrected after purchase. Number 9. There are 2 loading systems and they're not equally suited to every task. The lever action family divides neatly into 2 loading philosophies. The side loading gate, found on Winchesters, modern Marlins, and now most Henry models, allows the shooter to top off the tube magazine at any point without interrupting the rifle's readiness. The traditional Henry front-loading system, which requires withdrawing the inner magazine rod before dropping rounds into the tube, is gentler on the fingers, but demands that the rifle be taken temporarily out of action to reload. For hunting and recreational shooting, both systems are eminently workable. For anything requiring rapid or continuous loading under stress, the gate wins. A new rifle's loading gate can be stiff enough to frustrate even experienced shooters, but the seasoned technique, seating rounds in a partial then full sequence, using each incoming round to drive the previous one home, resolves this quickly. It's a skill that rewards practice with economy of motion. Number 8. Short stroking is the cardinal sin. No single mechanical error causes more grief on the lever action platform than the short stroke. The action depends entirely on a full range of lever travel, fully open, fully closed, to chamber around reliably, interrupt that arc, whether from haste, fatigue, or simple unfamiliarity, and the result is a failed feed that can become anything from a minor annoyance to a tenacious malfunction. The fix is not complicated, but it's non-negotiable. Every stroke must be deliberate and complete. Veteran lever gun hands develop this into pure reflex, cycling the lever in one confident motion without conscious thought. New shooters must build that reflex intentionally through repetition before speed becomes the goal. Number 7. Capacity is a function of barrel length. Unlike detachable magazine rifles where capacity is a simple matter of magazine selection, the lever action's round count is architecturally determined. The tube magazine runs beneath the barrel, and its length, and therefore its capacity, scales directly with barrel length. Whether that interest is generated by restrictive gun laws or nostalgia, the practical reality is the same. Shorter carbines carry fewer rounds. A 16-inch barrel configuration, which offers the best balance of handling and maneuverability for home defense or brush hunting, will typically hold 6 to 8 rounds depending on caliber. The 20-inch rifle length barrel pushes capacity to 10 or more, but sacrifices the handiness of the shorter gun. This is not a design flaw, it's a design characteristic. Understand it and plan accordingly. Number 6. The caliber list is shorter than you might expect. Most lever guns use a tubular magazine where the rounds are held in a line one after another, placing the end of one bullet against the primer of the one in front of it. To keep this from happening, lever gun manufacturers make the rifles and calibers with blunt noses. This is the engineering constraint that has shaped the lever action caliber menu for more than a century. In recent years, Hornady has come out with its Lever Evolution line of bullets where the tip is a soft polymer, making it safe to have pointed rounds in a lever gun and increasing range and accuracy. Box magazine designs like the Henry Long Ranger sidestep the tube limitation entirely, opening the door to .308 Winchester, .243, and .6.5 Creedmoor. But the traditional tube-fed lever action remains most naturally at home with pistol calibers and flat-nosed rifle rounds, and for most hunting and defensive applications, those calibers are more than adequate. Number 5. Ammunition compatibility requires verification, not assumption. Many lever-action rifles in pistol calibers offer a dual cartridge advantage. A rifle chambered in .357 Magnum will generally accept .38 Special. A .44 Magnum rifle typically handles .44 Special. This is a genuine and useful feature. Lighter loads for training, full power loads for field work, and .357 guns can also shoot .38 Special thanks to the identical diameters and lower pressure, so you get that versatility. The caveat is that not every load within a given caliber will feed reliably in every gun. Cartridge overall length, bullet profile, and crimp specifications all influence how a round navigates the tube magazine. The only reliable verification is empirical. Run a meaningful sample through your specific rifle and observe. What your neighbor's identical model Marlin digests without complaint may not agree with yours. Number 4. Aftermarket support exists, but requires more effort. Tactical lever-action rifles are generally modernization efforts, retaining the heart of the carbine and offering more utility. In particular, they're usually found with accessory mounting options such as Picatinny rails and M-lock slots that make adding useful accessories like a weapon light straightforward. However, for traditional lever-action platforms, the aftermarket ecosystem is thinner than what AR or AK shooters take for granted. Mounting systems for weapon lights, sling attachment hardware, and stock modification components exist for most popular models, but they require more research to source and more patience to acquire. Plan for this as part of your total ownership cost and identify your desired accessories before purchase rather than after. Number 3. Malfunctions are uncommon until they aren't. Run a lever action correctly, feed it ammunition it agrees with, and keep it properly maintained, and the platform is remarkably reliable. These are simple, proven mechanisms with relatively few moving parts and a long track record of function under demanding conditions. The Marlin 336 is more than a competent deer rifle able to accept scopes and a dandy in thick timber where maneuverability is key, and it earned that reputation through decades of dependable field performance. But when something does go wrong, almost always the result of a short stroke or an out-of-spec cartridge, the lever action is a less forgiving patient than a semi-automatic. The enclosed receiver offers limited access for clearing a wedged round. Know your rifle's disassembly before you need to know it under pressure. Number 2. Factory sight quality varies considerably. Upgrades such as XS Sight's Ghost Ring and rail system for the Marlin 1895 are readily available, and for good reason. Factory iron sights on lever-action rifles range from genuinely excellent to functionally marginal. The traditional buckhorn rear sight, that wide curved affair found on many production guns, creates an aiming error box generous enough to complicate any shot beyond moderate range. Some manufacturers ship their rifles with properly adjustable rear sights featuring clean, crisp notches and high-visibility front beads. Others do not. Evaluate the sights on any prospective rifle before purchase and budget for an upgrade if the factory setup falls short of your accuracy standards. I installed an XS Sights fully adjustable aperture rear sight on one of my own lever guns and found it transformed the rifle's practical accuracy potential. Number 1. You need to train with this thing, more than you think. Traditional lever actions suit the American hunter well, offered in calibers suited to those who hunt, but suiting a purpose and mastering a platform are different things. The lever action rewards consistent, disciplined training in a way that modern semi-automatics simply don't demand. The loading technique, the lever stroke, the malfunction response, the sight picture, all of it must be built into reflex through repetition. This is not a criticism. It's the nature of a mechanical system that requires the shooter's active participation in every step of the firing cycle. Lever-action rifles provide all the accuracy necessary for most shooting that needs to be done, but only in the hands of a shooter who's put in the work. Find that range time, build those fundamentals, and this old design will serve you as honestly as it served every generation before yours. So now you know what to look for. Here are 5 lever-action rifles that actually get it right. It's been a bit of a wait, but one of the most anticipated lever-action rifles in years is finally on the market. The Henry Lever Action Supreme is a modern lever-action design with a trick design that allows the rifles to feed from an AR pattern magazine instead of a tube mag, as is customary with lever guns. In a world awash with AR magazines, the idea of a lever gun in 5.56 NATO or 300 BLK with the capability to recycle AR-style mags that the buyer already owns or can purchase for cheap is very appealing. The rifle has a lot of ups, including a free-floated barrel and match-grade user-adjustable trigger that make it a sub-MOA candidate, something rare in a cowboy action rifle. Meanwhile, a length of Picatinny rail atop the receiver make adding an optic a cinch. A smooth, short throw lever also contributes to quick and silent operation, while a shorter bolt and internal hammer further set the rifle apart from its more traditional forebears. The ambidextrous controls include the Tang safety switch and patent-pending magazine release. The first models will be chambered for 5.56 NATO and 300 blackout, and muzzles are threaded for use with a suppressor. The Henry Lever Action Supreme rifle comes with a 10-round PMAG with a 5-round limiter to comply with hunting regulations. The Henry Lever Action Supreme has an MSRP of $1,300 in either chambering. Everyone else is doing it, and now Smith & Wesson is too. Blending tradition with innovation, the Model 1854 Stealth Hunter lever action rifle lineup raised the bar while maintaining the Model 1854's fundamental foundation. You might think that a lever gun should be made of deep-blued steel and walnut with maybe a bit of brass thrown in. That's all very classic, but modern materials make more sense in the hunting field. To that end, Smith & Wesson gives the Model 1854 Stealth Hunter a black synthetic buttstock and an aluminum forend with M-LOK slots cut in for easy accessory attachment. Other Model 1854 variants might have flashy metal on the receiver, but the Stealth Hunter is blacked out. The rifles feature a flat trigger design, a large loop lever for simplified shooting with gloved hands, a removable magazine tube, and a fixed synthetic stock in black with textured grip panels. In addition to the all-black Armor Knight finish, Model 1854 Stealth Hunter lever-action rifles come equipped with an extended 10.5-inch Picatinny rail for mounting optics, a new T6 aluminum forend with 15 M-LOK compatible slots for attaching accessories, a high-vis H3 fiber optic front sight, excess sights, adjustable rear ghost ring sight, and a shortened 16.3-inch barrel, making this fast handling in tight, brushy conditions or inside a cramped stand. The muzzle's threaded so you can easily attach a device, even a suppressor if you have your paperwork done. The Stealth Hunter is currently available chambered in .44 Magnum, .357 Magnum, and .45 Long Colt, with 8-round capacity for $1,399 MSRP. While Bond Arms handguns have all the attention of its fans, the company took an entirely new direction with the advent of a shockingly innovative lever-action rifle that looked like it was half AR, half cowboy. The LVRB looks and feels like a tactical-style lever gun that essentially mates an AR-15 upper with a uniquely lever-driven lower. Fed by standard 30-round AR magazines, the rifle shows off a fairly short throw and smooth action. The rifle is slated to wear Magpul brand Remington 870 pattern furniture since it doesn't have a buffer tube to worry about. Further, users will be able to customize many aspects of the rotating bolt design, from stocks and mags to the lever and likely even chamberings.